Ken Orange Theory Trader back with you with another video on how this trade almost blew my account. So let's not waste time and get right into it. Obviously, I'm not the type of trader who wins every trade they take. So this is one that really took a chunk out of my account until it did what I wanted to do. But let's go over it. So first off, obviously, we're using the indicator that we have to help us show possibly ranges that that have a higher odds of paying out. To know that, we use this pattern right here on the daily chart. And what we do is we look for three strong closes, one, two, three, one after the other. And this last candle in the sequence is our range candle. So I did see that on Thursday going into Friday. So you got one, two, three. This was Thursday, which was yesterday. So this is our range candle. So we simply mark the high and the low. Now, the thing is with trading daily charts is that it can happen at any time. It's not like trading the 4 hour chart where I'm more apt to wait until about 5 o'clock or so. When you're trading off of a daily level like this, it's possible that the trade can play out in Asia. So what I'm going to do is drop down to a 5 minute. And what I was looking for was just the high of the day to see when I could possibly get into the trade. So I have the candle range theory high here. And when you're trading this setup, your trading range is always going to be above the range high. So all of that, right? Okay, so, but obviously I was pyramiding. So as the trade started to go into my favor, I added more positions. Okay, so let's make this a little bit bigger. We don't need this indicator anymore, so we're going to get rid of that. And so I don't remember the exact times I started trading, but I pretty much traded most of Asia looking for the high. So thankfully, though, of course, risk management did come into play. Whereby, okay, so let's say I believe I got in, like right here or so. And obviously, you see what price did afterward. But let's say you're adding a few positions right here, thinking that price is going to continue down because it closed back inside the range. This was like at 9 o'clock or so, 9 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time. But obviously, price kept going up. Then you also had what looked like a double top, leg one, leg two. I remember taking this one, yeah, because I remember this pattern specifically. And of course, this is the 5 minute chart. So, you take a couple entries there, believing that you found the high. And this high wasn't a convincing break that came right here. So I thought this was leg one, leg two of an M. That was around midnight or so. So, but that also did not work out. It went down some and then just came right back up. Then finally, I got the right entry, which did come at, I got in like somewhere around here. So yeah, it wasn't too far from the pristine entry. But let me mark the real. This is, yeah, I remember getting in right here. This was at about 4 in the morning. Now the money candle, we always mark that first. Real money candle actually ended up being right there. Right. Okay, so the money candle was eventually created at 2:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then obviously price did spike it and then close below. One thing you can look for as well on the smaller time frame, one thing that I just recently started doing is you can even draw a fib on the 5 minute money candle to see if price hits it or not. And it actually did right there between 315 to 320. Seeing this pin to the middle of the money candles range on the 5 minute chart can be gold as long as the high, of course, still holds. So, and of course, your swing highs, you have a swing high here, high, higher high, lower high. Another one here with a high, higher high, lower high. But I do like to see that price level as well play out. So, of course, obviously, your pyramid here, where when I say pyramid, I mean that you add to the position and you sell when price falls, not when it goes up. So, first entry we'll say is like right here. And then another entry, say here. You do. Sometimes I do two at a time. If the first entry shows profit, I'll add like two more here, and then say like one or two more on another red candle. I only sell though when a red candle appears. But of course, you have to have the margin to be able to endure these retraces. But see how this entry here would have been in profit. A little bit of drawdown on this last one here at what is this 440 or 450. If you would have entered there, and then the price eventually did come back down into the range. So that was the pristine chance. So the lesson in this was to just wait for don't trade Asia is the main thing. If you just miss Asia, you just miss it, and try to get a continuation during London, like around 4, 3, I'd say 3:30 a.m. at the earliest, that would have put you about right here. Okay, but all this, I should not have been trading this because, trading 24/7 just is not good for your mental. It's not good for you physically. And, I know a lot of traders don't have the fortitude to take loss after loss after loss and see your account balance dwindling down. And I'm not going to sit here and act like it was a fun feeling, because it wasn't. Thankfully, I was able to recoup most of my losses, but at the same time, going through this process of constantly getting stopped out and not seeing the trade play out as I thought, um, it's taxing. It's very taxing. But at the end of the day, you have to have faith in your analysis, because sometimes you're right, but you're early. So you have to be humble enough to just take the loss and manage risk, and then you can eventually come back. And this was the end result of the trade. I wish I would have held all the time, all the while, but I did not, because price absolutely tanked. It completed the range. This was an amazing trade. This is the daily chart. I did not anticipate it to fall that far, but it surely did. So I should have held on longer. I got out way too early on this trade, but I did make a profit on it, so I was thankful for that. But like I said, guys, risk management is really key. Is really, really key. So and let me go back to the 5 minute just so we can see the complete collapse of it. Reset that. Yeah. So, and that's the whole day there. So again, best trade would have been during London on a collapse of the money candle around 3. This started London. London starts. We trade started London around 3:30 or so. Waiting for that would have saved me so much money from these losses right here. And, like I said, if you miss this, then you try to just catch a continuation in the range. Either way, that's still fine, because you can still catch a continuation trade based on this price action right here. Let me go here. So you got your high of the day candle there. Let me just get rid of these drawings just to make it easier to see. All right. So we have our high of the day right here, and then starting at 5 o'clock. I still could have been good to start at 5 and just take this entry here and just write it on down. That would have been fine too. So to get in right there and to start scaling in, because this is the price action that you were looking for: leg 1 and then leg 2 at the high of the day. And then once the manipulation candle is done, then starts the distribution to the downside. But that's it. But waiting is the point of this. Be patient. If you're right, the setup will play out eventually. But again, I strongly recommend just staying away from Asia. That will definitely increase your odds of winning. So it's not to say that trades don't work out in Asia. It's just that it's not often that it happens. So again, this trade fell on a perfect entry right here. It fell 119 pips. So on like a 10 pip stop loss, let's say 15. On a 15 pip stop loss, just the first entry alone, if you would have held to the end of the day, that would have been good for a 1 to 8 risk to reward. So on a $10 risk, that could have been $80 reward. So yeah, but this was a great trade. I'm happy that I saw it, and it just lends credence to the fact that the pattern does work, but you just have to have the patience to wait for it to set up, and once it does, be able to take action. Okay, so the indicator does help. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I mention this indicator, check the video called New Indicator, or this must-have indicator is a game changer, something like that. You'll see it on my videos, so just go back and look at that for these arrows, and it explains that in detail. Don't think that this indicator is not a entry signal, though. It just helps you to identify a range, but it's just a piece of the puzzle. Is not the whole thing. But that was the best trade of today, with being Friday. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, got some value out of it, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.